of people are praising and applauding Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso for an act that recently he undertook. He is a military leader though, but people are so impressed by his leadership. Recently, he donated some items to farmers in support of agriculture, and according to World Bank, it is noted that for Burkina Faso, one of their main sources of income has always been agriculture and then mining. Chris, you are here. Share your views with me on this particular issue.
Okay, all right. Welcome, family. So early this year, the defense budgets for Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore cut. He used a large sum of it to venture into the agriculture. So that is what Ibrahim Traore did early this year. The budget for defense, a large sum of it that was supposed to be for buying of weapons, he channeled all those funds into agric. So that is what he did early this year.
Wow. Now, looking at the fact that this is a president that was, he came into power through coup d'etat, people were not expecting too much from him. But he seems to be impressing and warming the hearts of all people, not only Africans, but when you look at even the global leaders and then even people who are from the Western world, Europeans, they are all applauding him for that one particular thing that he has done currently. Now, in support of agriculture, what is this telling other African leaders?
Well, it is saying a lot. Agric is actually the backbone of most countries in Africa. So as a leader, you should channel most of your budget. You shouldn't neglect the agricultural sector in your country. So this is the most important thing, that what Ibrahim Traore has done is telling the rest of African leaders.
All right. So we have a video. Let's watch it briefly and then we'll come back. This is Pinaxtv.
So let's talk about these tractors you're seeing, because they're not just machines. They're proof of what real leadership looks like under Ibrahim Traore. His administration has made agriculture a top priority. And for a country like Burkina Faso, that's everything. We've always been rich in land and resources, famous for our tomato paste and so much more. But for years, our farmers struggled, while foreign powers cashed in. France and others took our raw materials, left us with scraps, and called it trade. But now, things are changing fast, and it's all because Traore decided enough was enough. Instead of letting our wealth get shipped off to Europe, he's putting it back into our soil, literally. These tractors, they're going straight to farmers for free. No more begging, no more watching middlemen get rich off our sweat. For the first time in decades, Burkina Faso's farmers are getting real support, machinery, incentives, and the chance to grow more than just survival. And it's not just talk. The numbers don't lie. Before Traore took office, our GDP was stuck at around $16.2 billion. Now, it shot up to $22.6 billion in just 3 years. That's not luck, that's strategy. But here's the real kicker. Traore isn't just boosting farming, he's fighting an entire system that's bled Africa dry for centuries. France didn't just take our resources, they made sure we stayed dependent, unable to process our own goods or control our own markets. Now Burkina Faso is flipping the script. We're keeping our wealth at home, feeding our own people first, and building an economy that works for us, not foreign corporations. And we're doing it all under pressure, sanctions, threats, the usual tricks to keep African nations in line. But Traore isn't backing down, and neither are the people. This is more than policy, it's a movement. We've waited generations for a leader who doesn't just promise change, but actually delivers it. Every tractor in the field, every farmer getting fair pay, every ton of crops staying in Burkina Faso, it's all proof that real sovereignty starts when a country feeds itself. And this is just the beginning. The revolution is here and it's growing roots. Stay tuned because Burkina Faso is rewriting history, one harvest at a time.
So, viewers, you saw for yourself how the number of machineries and the consignment that Ibrahim Traore has allocated to the agriculture and the animal industry or ministry in his country, Burkina Faso, and that is what is warming the hearts of internet viewers all over the world. Now, let's look at the breakdown. Let's look at some of the items he donated.
Yeah, so Ibrahim Traore purchased about 400 tractors, and he purchased about 239 motorcycles, 710 motor pumps, and all these came through the seaports of Ghana. So one of their military leaders is in Ghana right now, looking at how they will be able to move the rest of the items from Ghana to Ouagadougou. So just as I said, all these things that he purchased is costing about 13 billion CFA francs, CFA franc. So earlier I mentioned the fact that most of the defense budget, the money that was meant for the purchase of weapons and all that, he channeled all that money into agriculture. Yeah.
All right, now looking at Burkina Faso, you can tell that one of the cash crops they grow most of the time has to do with cotton and then peanuts. Now, this cotton and peanuts, they export some and then they use some internally. Now, so what is this going to do for the economically? How is this going to benefit the people of Burkina Faso?
Yeah, so as a country, you don't have to export most of your raw materials outside. The best thing is to have, you add value to the raw materials before you export them. That is basically what Ibrahim Traore is trying to do in Burkina Faso. So now they are going to share all these machinery to the farmers, and it is going to boost production of these raw materials, which he has installed plants ready to process them into semi-finished goods, finished goods ready to be exported to other countries that they are going to have that kind of trade relationship with them.
Okay, so talking about trade relationships, we know that Burkina Faso is in a very tight relationship with China, Turkey, and then some other countries. Now, with these countries, one of the things that came out for the past week has been that China said they were going to take every tomato paste that Burkina Faso was going to produce. So in relation to this, do you think that that was what encouraged Ibrahim Traore to also invest in the agri sector?
Well, coming to power as a military leader, he has his ideas, he had his plans that he wants to, put in place to help progress the Burkina Faso country. So this is something that it should be done across.
Okay.
So he has this trade relationship with China and even Russia and Turkey, some other countries, and even in this sub-Sahara region with Niger, Guinea, and then Mali.
Interesting.
Yes. So all these things that they are processing, I can say they all have a ready market.
Okay.
So it's not something that they will do and lose. It is a good thing that they've started, and it will yield fruits for them.
It is a good thing they've started, and indeed it will yield fruit for them. We hope that it does yield a lot of fruit for the people of Burkina Faso. We are so happy for you, and congratulations to all the farmers. We just hope that you make good use of the machineries that have been donated, and you maintain it well, because Africa is noted to have a problem when it comes to maintenance. Now, this is Pinaxtv. Leave your comments in the comment section, like and share the video for us. Thank you very much.